Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathannitam Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Nitangscha Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurul Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Panchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhaivacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo.
Jai Shri Navadip Dham Parikrama Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmamacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Shri Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ju Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. So, today we're ready for our third day of Shri Navadip Dham Parikrama. And today we will go to Kodrumadweep, to Surabhi Kunj, then to Sri Harihara Kshetra, and then to Suvarna Bihar, and then to Sri Devapali or Sri Nrsimhapali. So we'll start out with all the devotees that are leaving the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. So here's the Samadhi of Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, and devotees will be gathering here to start out on Parikrama. Shri Navadip Dham Parikrama Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Shri Shri Guru Garanga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ju Ki Jai. These are the reigning deities in the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, which is our Mula Mat. And these are their lordship, Shri Shri Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju. These are the clothes that they have on today, as they're seen today. So these are the pride of our Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram here in SoCal. Installed under the divine direction of Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Here is Srila Govinda Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Govinda Maharaj in front of Guru Maharaj's Samadhi, waiting for the devotees. Srila Bhakti Nirmamacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. He will be leading all the devotees on the Parikrama. You see all the devotees there are now getting ready. They're Gurudev will then give garlands to all the different persons participating, and the devotee will put sandalwood paste on their head. This is Shri Shri Navadip Dham Parikrama. That's what it says. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Jal Mandir. Jal Mandir is because our mat is famous throughout all of Navadip as having the temple in the middle of the kund, in the middle of the lake. It's Jal Mandir. Jal means water. And here. So the devotees are going out of the gate. Now, we used to go, when we were going to Godrumadweep, we used to go by boats. But now that's not possible. There are just too many pilgrims to fit on the boats for Godrumadweep are smaller. So the devotees walk. They walk a very long distance over the Gauranga Setu, the bridge, and then they proceed through all of, it's long ways. You'll see some of that here. They're walking now across the Gauranga Setu, the bridge that goes over the Ganga near Navadip. And on this bridge, there's Jagai and Madai on each side of the bridge. We'll see if you see many clusters of stars. This is the Ganga. There you see. There's Nityananda Prabhu and Jagai and Madai there. And then Parikrama is very big. Last year we had about 5,000 people. So, maybe 400 or 500 Western devotees and thousands of Bengali pilgrims. So the Parikrama stretches for a long way. Sometimes from the front to the back of the Parikrama, maybe, half a mile. And here they're entering, having gone, we've traversed maybe 3 or 4 miles very quickly here. And now we're entering into the back part of Sri Godrumadweep. And the whole time, Srila Acharya Maharaj is often, he's on top of a flat bed rickshaw or cart, and he's there with microphone, and he's chanting over loudspeakers the whole time of the parikrama. You see him there. These are some villagers, and many of them come out to worship the devotees and to throw flowers and offer their dandavats as the parikrama goes by. They come with their children and everything. This was last year. They all had these, everyone was given these little hats to wear. Like visors, see. You see, our slides are from many years, so these are also some. You can see it on this parikrama. It's very foggy. Let me go through the. Okay, so now the devotees have come to the new mandir that is just recently built in Sri Godrumadvip. And we'll see some shots of this. It's a very big mandir. And I'm going to read from the these are the deities. I'll read from the Navadip Dham Mahatmya about Sri Godrumadvip. The name Godrumadvip means cow tree island. Go is cow, Druma is a tree, and Dweep, cow tree island. Okay. Okay. 26. Okay. So this is what is happening is, that Shiva Goswami is traveling with Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu is revealing all the places of Dham, and he's also showing the activities of Mahaprabhu and Jivakans. By Nityananda Prabhu's grace, Jiva Goswami can see Mahaprabhu's Leela in all these different places. And this is being described by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in the Sri Navadip Dham Mahatmya. Okay. Arriving in Gadigacha Gram, Nityananda came over and spoke, smiling. This island is called Godruma. Surabhi resides here eternally. When Indra, bewildered by Krishna's illusion, flooded Gokula with his powerful rains, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill and carefully protected Gokula. After Indra's pride was crushed, Indra recognized Krishna. To clear his offense, he bowed and grasped the feet of Krishna. Krishna, the ocean of mercy, forgave Indra and gave him the boon of fearlessness. Still, Indra remained fearful. He then spoke to Surabhi. I could not understand the pastimes of Krishna, and I committed a very heavy offense. I have heard that during Kali Yuga, Krishna will perform wonderful pastimes in Nadia. At that time, I will become bewildered and be an offender again. O Surabhi, you know everything. Please advise me about this. Surabhi said, let us go and serve Nimai in Navadip Dham. Indra and Surabhi moved here and worship Gauranga. Worshipping Gauranga is very easy, and the results of doing so are easily distributed. They cried, chanting the name of Gauranga, and immediately saw him. How extraordinary is his beauty and form. They saw the figure of Gauranga, the embodiment of benevolence, the well of rasa, smiling and stammering, choked with divine love. Smiling, my Lord said, I know your desire. I will appear in Nadia soon, and you will see me fully then. During those pastimes, you will serve me, and the net of Maya will no longer bind you. Saying this, the Lord disappeared. Beautiful Surabhi remained there. Okay. She stayed near a banyan tree and constantly worshipped the feet of Gora. This place thus became known as Godrumadvip. As I said, Godrumadvip means Cow Tree Island. Surabhi stayed near the banyan tree. The Lord fulfills the desires of the devotees here. Anyone who builds a hut and serves here easily becomes immersed in the feet of Gora. There is a wonderful story about Markandeya Muni, who was present on this island during the destruction of the universe. Markandeya Muni attained a lifetime of 7 kalpas, and during the destruction of the universe, he underwent great difficulty. So he had a lifetime of 7 cycles of creation. Everything, at the time of destruction, everything became submerged in water, and he searched for a place to stay. Floating and floating about, he thought, alas, why have I taken this boon? During the destruction, only the 32 miles of Navadip Dham arise and give shelter to the devotees. Floating in the waves of the water, the sage suddenly lost consciousness. Being very merciful to him, Surabhi carefully rescued the sage. Regaining consciousness, Markandeya Muni saw the wonders of Godrumadvip. He saw an abode spanning 2 billion miles around, resplendent with rivers and streams. Numerous trees and vines were shining, and birds were chanting the glories of Sri Gora. He saw a banyan tree that was 8 miles wide, and he saw Surabhi beneath it. Stricken with hunger, the sage spoke to Surabhi. O goddess, please save my life. Rescue me by giving me some milk. Surabhi mercifully fed the sage with her milk. O goddess, you are my mother, and the world is absorbed in your illusion. Not understanding the consequences, I accepted a boon of living for 7 kalpas without dying. During the destruction of the universe, there are numerous miseries and extreme distress. There is no happiness. O mother, tell me, what should I do? How can I overcome this distress? Surabhi said, serve the feet of Sri Gora. This abode of Navadip is beyond material nature. It is never destroyed. To fleshy eyes, it is only 32 miles, but it is the supreme abode, Vaikuntha, and eternally faultless. Here time and space are supramundane, and no one knows of material illusion. See the great wonder of Navadip. The chaste Viraja flows all around it. Every part of Navadip measures 2 billion miles, and at its center is the grand city of Mayapur. The 8 islands of Navadip are petals, and Antardip is their whirl. Antardip contains Mayapur, and that's where we went on Parikrama on the first day.
Maharaj,
Who's addressing Surabhi?
who has the 7 lifetimes?
Markandeya Rishi. All the holy places, gods, and sages reside here and worship Gauranga. O Markandeya, understand your fortune and take shelter at the feet of Gauranga. Take shelter of the true Dharma and keep desires for enjoyment and liberation far away. By taking shelter of Gauranga and serving him, you will attain divine love in Madhura Ras. When that divine love appears in your heart, it will set you afloat in the rasa of the arts within the pastimes of the Lord. You will take shelter at the feet of Radha and Vraja, and your heart will be engaged in the service of the divine couple. Know that the joy of service is unparalleled, and knowledge of static liberation is useless. Hearing the words of Surabhi, the sage immediately joined his palms and spoke, "When I serve the feet of Sri Gora, what will be my destiny?" Surabhi then spoke the ultimate conclusion. There is no judgment in the service of Sri Gora. When you call the name of Sri Gora, all your karma will be destroyed. No reactions will remain any longer, and your attachment to material existence will disappear. And not only your karma, but the consequences of your pursuing liberation will also be eradicated. You will become immersed in the ecstasy of Gauranga, living on this island and serving him. Hearing this, Markandeya floated in joy. He chanted the name of Gora, cried, and sometimes laughed. Jiva, see here the wonderful place where Markandeya received life. Hearing the glories of Gauranga from the mouth of Nitai, Jiva floated in the greatest joy. So this place is Godrumadvip, and there's a very beautiful temple that has now been built here, and by the Gaudiya Math one. And here you see the altar of this temple. Before, up to about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, this temple was under construction. It was we would sit on what was this place, but it was not covered yet with marble and decorations. And that was in 2016. It was finished. There's Devaki, Tink, and Jivana also. Is that his name, Avadu? Yeah. He's a Pujari there. I mean, not Pujari. He's the Acharya there. Very beautiful, huh? And this is from previous years. Everyone would sit on the ground. And this is, you see, you can see in the distance the ISKCON temple in Mayapur. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, looking across the river, which is the Jalangi. The Jalangi is not different from the Saraswati. He would see a golden temple of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and so many other temples of a city of Mahaprabhu. And now there is that city there. It's all the temples built by the disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So there you can see the dome of the Samadhi of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Now that we're entering into the place of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is called Surabhi Kunj. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this is his Here in Surabikun is his samadhi. There's also the Bhajan Kutir of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and deities which Bhaktivinoda Thakur worshipped of Gaur Gadadhar. And Srila Guru Maharaj has written pranama that he gives in Sharanagati of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he says, Gurudam, Grantadam, Goradam, Namadam Muda, Bhaktidam, Buridam, Bande, Bhakti Vinodakam Sada. I perpetually offer my obeisance unto Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur with great joy. Gurudam, he is first and foremost the giver of Sri Guru, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the inaugurator of the new era of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed for a ray of Vishnu to help him continue with his work, with his devotion, and that ray of Vishnu appeared in Sri Puridam as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, Gurudam, he gave Guru. Grantadam, he is the author of numerous commentaries, treatises, articles, novels, and songbooks, which represent the condensed essence of revealed truth. So, Gurudam, Grantadam, Goradamadam. He is the revealer of the abode of Sriman Mahaprabhu, which had become lost due to the course of time. Namadam. He is the giver of the name, the proper conception of the holy name, Krishna Nam. Bhaktidam. He is the giver of pure devotion, the proper conception of pure devotion in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu. And Buridam, he is the bestower of an abundance of divine fortune, ultimately the service of Srimati Radharani. So that is the prayer written by Srila Sri Ramash. Gurudam, Grantadam, Goradamadam, Namadam Muda, Bhaktidam, Buridam, Bande, Bhakti Vinodakam Sada. Okay. Now, we have heard that there was one neighbor of Bhaktivinoda Thakur who would hear Bhaktivinoda Thakur chanting from 2 a.m. till dawn. And that person later became one of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he became known as Parvat Maharaj. Now, and during he heard Bhaktivinoda Thakur when he was a child, and he said he was so taken by Bhaktivinoda Thakur's chanting that it wasn't like just chanting, it was like he was calling out to a friend. And he'd be calling out to him, and that person, Parvat Maharaj, he became Parvat Maharaj. That obviously impregnated his heart, that chanting of. So then, here. Now we always gather in this place, and the devotees, every devotee speaks of the glories of Bhaktivinoda Thakur here. Or so many of the devotees speak. Yeah. That's Ashram Maharaj, and that's Jaggi Maharaj speaking. And it looks like, is that Neelamani?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And there's Ashram Maharaj. And this is Gaur Gadadhar, and worshipped by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur here in Surabhi Kunj. Gaur Gadadhar. different dress. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Bhajan Kutir. This is one of the rooms where Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur stayed. There's also a place for Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur here in Surabhi Kunj. Now this is the devotees now leaving for Parikrama and heading to the next destination, which will be Harihara Kshetra. There's Yudamanyu Seva Vikram. You can see how beautiful is Navadip when you're walking through this countryside. It's like miles and miles like this, and it's so, it's like being in another world. It is like being in another world. Look, you see, this is rice. I believe it's rice, and it just goes for miles and miles. Now, everyone's getting to Harihara Kshetra, but the first thing that happened after walking a long ways, then devotees will take prasadam. And Ashramar is getting ready to serve that prasadam. Let's see. This is in Harihara Kshetra. The whole Parikrama party will take prasadam. Now this is the temple of Harihara Kshetra. And I'll read from the Navadip Dham Mahatmya about Harihara Kshetra. These are the deities of Harihara. You see, Harihara means half Shiva and half Vishnu. And first I'll read about this place. 825. 173. All glory to the son of Sachi, all glory to the Avadut, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. All glory to Advaitacharya, the leader of the devotees. All glory to Gadadhar and all the devotees. All glory to beautiful Navadip Dham. All glory to the name of Gora. Nitai and the devotees then departed chanting Hari, Hari. Swaying to and fro in ecstasy, Nitai walked and stammered with divine love. Tears streamed from his eyes. Chanting Gora, Gora, he became overwhelmed. His ornaments and garlands sparkled, and his form illuminated the 10 directions. Shivas danced with Jivas. Sometimes they cried, and sometimes they danced continuously. All the other devotees danced as they walked. Coming to the Alakananda River, Nitai spoke, floating in joy. Flowing west of Bilvapaka Gram, the Mandakini comes and surrounds Nadia. Then she separates from the Alakananda where we saw Suvarna Bihar. On the eastern shore of the Alakananda, beside the Gandhaka River, is Harihara Kshetra. In time, a deity will manifest there, and a beautiful forest will shine gloriously. See Kashi, to the west of Alakananda. There the followers of Shiva and Shakti worship the maidservant liberation. This place is superior to Varanasi because here Lord Shiva constantly chants Gora Gora, dances holding his trident, and offers his followers devotion to Gora. Here devotees chant Gauranga's name, dance and kick away the liberation that sannyasis attained by residing in Kashi and practicing jnana yoga for 1,000 years. Here, when souls pass away, Shiva chants the name of Gora into their ears and delivers them. This place is thus Mahavaranasi. Souls have no fear of death here. Saying this, Nitai danced and offered Shiva divine love for Gaurahari. Lord Shiva then invisibly bowed at the feet of Nitai. Chanting the name of Gauranga, Shiva and Parvati fulfilled their desires. Then the independent Lord Nitai left with the devotees. Okay, so this is Harihara Kshetra. Then there's also a story we have heard about how the deity of Harihara Kshetra is like this, of half Vishnu and half Shiva. And that was during the time of the churning of the ocean to produce nectar. The demons, the asuras, and the devas were churning the ocean, and they were using the Mandara mountain as a churning rod, which was resting on the shell of Kurmadev, of the avatar of Kurma, the turtle, and they were using Vasuki, the serpent, as to churn the rod. And as they were churning, First they produced an ocean of poison, and Lord Shiva came and he drank that ocean of poison. But some of the poison fell and it was drank by snakes and spiders, and scorpions like that. They drank some of that poison. And then after that, Lord Shiva left, and that's why he's known as Nilakanta. He has a blue line on his neck from drinking that ocean of poison. But then nectar was produced, and Srila Sridhar, when he asked about why towards the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam towards the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam was there a description of the churning of the ocean and Kurma. There's a prayer to Kurmadev, and someone asked why towards the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam does it talk about Kurmadev? And I believe it was Yudamanyu who asked this question. I'm not sure, but anyway, Guru Maharaj was thinking, had his head down, and apparently was thinking, and the devotee said, no, Gurudev, it's all right. Don't have to answer. But then Guru Maharaj, he suddenly says, they were churning the ocean, and what were they trying to produce? They were trying to produce nectar, that life-giving nectar. And there afterwards, in the next verses, it talks about the holy name, and this is the nectar that they're trying to produce, is chanting of the holy name. So after the nectar was produced, and this nectar would give immortality, then the asuras and the devas were going to take that, but it was not the divine plan for the asuras to get that eternality. So the Lord came as an incarnation of Mohini. And Mohini, she was the most beautiful person you can imagine. Like she was, if the Lord becomes a beautiful woman, then becomes the most beautiful woman. So Mohini was so enchanting. And then Mohini told the Asuras, she said, you are the real men, but these devas, they're like little children. So don't, they will just whine. So you let them, like children, let them take the nectar first. And the Asuras were all illusioned by Mohini. And, oh, yes, whatever you say, this is good. So they, the devas were taking the amrita, the nectar, but one of the Asuras, he just disguised himself as a deva. And when we go through the Thailand, in Bangkok airport, there's a beautiful, big, long, like diorama that goes for, 20, 30 yards. On one side is the devas, and they're churning, and Kurma's there, and the mountain, and on top of that is the Vishnu, and you see the devas on one side, the Asuras on the other side. But on the side of the Asuras, the side of the devas, there is one deva who's very, notable because he has fangs coming out of his mouth. So that is the Rahu, who disguised himself as a deva so that he could get to drink that amrita. But Mohini knew what was happening, so she sent her chakra, and the chakra cut the head of Rahu just when the nectar was entering in to his mouth. So that separated the body in two parts, but both sides attained immortality, and they became the planets known as Rahu and Ketu, because they were in touch with that amrita. And then, so this was the pastime, and this Mohini caused this illusion so that the Asuras wouldn't drink that nectar. And then later, Lord Shiva said to Vishnu, he said, I've seen all your other incarnations, but I didn't get to see the incarnation of Mohini. So I'm really curious, what is that incarnation? So then suddenly, Lord Shiva was there, and the whole atmosphere became golden. It smelled so beautiful, and all the flowers were blooming, and everything became very incredibly beautiful. And then this beautiful woman appeared there, and she is playing with a ball. And while she's playing with the ball, some wind came and blew off all her clothes. And then Shiva ran after her. And he was running after her, and Vishnu led Shiva, past all the hermitages, so all the sages could see Lord Shiva. He's mad with lust after Mohini Murti. And they are saying, Shiva, what about Parvati? And he says, oh, you forget Parvati. Forget about Parvati. And he's running after Mohini. And finally, he catches Mohini, and he's embracing her. And just at that moment, she becomes Vishnu. So this embrace of Vishnu and Shiva, that is Harihara. Half Hari, or Vishnu, and half Hara, which is Lord Shiva. So this deity is there. For some years, a few years, we didn't see the deity. And they said that some thief had come and robbed the deity of Harihara. But then the police caught the thief, and for some reason, Harihara was in the police station. The deity in the police station. Anyway, this deity is in Harihara Kshetra. So, then...
Who are the other deities?
I don't have the names of those deities, but they've all been worshipped and... yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Four lingams.
Yeah, different lingams and...
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Looks like a Nishringa deity underneath, like the smaller one.
The crowd, well, yeah, with the hand out.
With the hand out.
This?
Parvati, one would be like...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Where do you see Nishingadev?
The smaller black deity right in front of the Harihara deity.
Yeah.
Like in front of his
Hand
knee.
out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Nishinga. Why? Anyway. But here we go on. Oh, here's the name. Gopal. Gopal and Mahalakshmi, it says. And I think Shri Parvati. And then Shri Mava.
Mama Rishi.
No.
Mahavishnu.
What's the one with the crown on?
Buddha.
That's just Gopal.
No, the one to the far right. It says Shiv. The last word is Shiv.
I think it says Sadashi.
Sadashiv. And then Mahalakshmi.
And what's the footprint?
It says the footprint says Mahavishnu, Gada,
Gadadhar.
No, that's not Gadadhar. I think it's
Daya.
Dapana.
D-A-P-A-N-A at the end? No? Ani?
Radha Pradhan.
Let's go to the next place.
Sada Pradhan. What is it? Sada?
We asked Jay Ram, he's, I think he's...
Sada Pradhan. Okay, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, Jay Ram, tell us.
where's Jairam?
No, he's watching on next time.
Okay, go to the next slide. Anyway, you wanted to know, so there was the answer. Okay. And now the devotees speak of the glories of Harihara Kshetra, and they have me tell that story that I just told you. There's a few more things that are we've censored out of this one because they're.
I remember Tyagi Maharaj asking you because he said he loved the way you did the story.
There's Jivana. What? Oh, Tink next to Jivana too. No, that's Anjali. Anjali, and to her left, I think, to her left is Balaram from Venezuela and Sudevi. There. And now we're now walking to the next destination, which is Suvarna Bihar. This is Ashramar. A little louder. Okay. So now we're coming to Suvarna Bihar. And this is...
Maharaj, who are those deities standing in the column? The columns in here. Or are they deities?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. They look like devotees welcoming you. Suvarna Bihar, okay. This is the temple of the Gaudiya Math, I believe the Chaitanya Math. The deities here, and the devotees, and I believe you'll see there's Ting, and next to her is Ananda from China, and there's Jivana, and next to her is Surabhi, and then next to her is Juvati. 3 Chinese devotees that are there. No. So I'll read from the Srinavadip Dham Mahatmya about Suvarna Bihar. All glory to the moonlight, Sri Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Pandit, all the devotees attached to the feet of the Lord, and the best of abodes, Sri Navadip. Leaving Vishramstan with Sri Jiva, the party proceeded to the village known as Suvarna Bihar. There Nityananda Prabhu said, "O Jiva, this is a wonderful place. Like all of Navadip, it is beyond material nature. Here in Satya Yuga there was a king known by all as Sri Suvarna Sen. He ruled for a long time. Eventually he grew old, but he did not retire from his duties. His mind absorbed in mundane affairs, the king thought only of how to accumulate more wealth. As a result of some unknown fortune, Sri Narad came here, and the king worshipped him elaborately. Narad blessed the king. He then met with him privately and instructed him in the absolute truth. Narada said, "O king, your days pass in vain as you think only of wealth within your mind. Understand that material wealth is meaningless and that divine knowledge is true wealth. Once consider within your heart that your wife, sons, and friends do not belong to you. After death, no one belongs to anyone. When you die, everyone will set your body afloat down the river and then go back to their houses. So why this false hope? Why this thirst for the water of sense objects when no one actually belongs to anyone? You may say, I enjoy life, I do not suffer. Therefore, I endeavor for wealth. O king, such words are false. Life is temporary and does not last more than 100 years. So, Understand the essence. We must cross over Maya to the land where happiness does not produce sadness. Tell me, how will we reach that wonderful land where there is no lamentation, sadness, or fear? We cannot attain it by mere renunciation or knowledge. Brother, through renunciation and knowledge, material bondage falls away, and souls enter oneness. There is no joy in oneness. We consider oneness total ruination. Oneness is utterly condemned. Understand oneness. By it, material things disappear, but nothing superior is attained. Thus the wise do not accept enjoyment or liberation. They practice devotion to Krishna. To be detached from mundanity and attached to Krishna is the relationship, the process, and the goal. The soul is a servant of Krishna, and without devotion, the soul is utterly ruined. The fruit of divine love for Krishna grows on the tree of devotion. That fruit, the eternal wealth of the soul, is the goal. Enjoyment and liberation are both insignificant. Krishna is the joyful spiritual sun. Maya is his shadow, and the souls are his atomic rays. If souls governed by their marginal nature touch Maya, then Maya binds them. The souls that turn away from Krishna touch Maya, and thus become bound in karma. They wander and die in Maya's prison. Neither action nor knowledge help them, and Maya causes them to invite in their own suffering and ruin. Souls sometimes perform action, sometimes practice Ashtanga yoga, sometimes discuss theory of Brahma, and sometimes argue. Ultimately, none of these things help them, however, and they fail to appreciate the wealth of the self. After wandering in this way, when souls attain the association of devotees, they develop pure faith. By serving Krishna in the association of the sadhus, souls free their hearts from impediments and attain pure constancy. Then as they continue to serve, their constancy develops into attraction and gradually attachment to Krishna. From attachment, feeling develops, and thereafter divine love. Pure devotion awakens in these stages. Hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping Krishna, bowing, following, befriending, and surrendering. Souls who engage in these 9 practices in the association of devotees attain the wealth of divine love for Krishna. O king, you are fortunate. You reside in Navadip, and your fortune has arisen by residing in the Dham. So in the association of sadhus, develop faith, chant Krishna's name and glories, and thus cause the sun of divine love to rise. The coming of Kali Yuga is glorious. Krishna will manifest his pastimes as Sri Gauranga with his associates here, and those who chant the name of Gaura will receive the mercy of Krishna and reside in Braja. Those who serve Krishna do not chant the name of those who serve Krishna but do not chant the name of Gaura attain Krishna after a long time. But those who chant the name of Gaura immediately attain Krishna. Offenses do not remain in them. As he spoke, Narad Muni suddenly became overwhelmed. He began to dance, chanting Gaura Hari. And as he did so, his Veena also chanted Gaura Hari. He mused, when will the glorious age of Kali arrive? Having spoken to the king, Narad left, and the king's divine love arose. Chanting Gauranga, the king danced and begged for divine love from the sadhus. His material desires disappeared. While asleep, the king had a vision of Gaura and Gadadhar with their associates in his courtyard. Everyone was dancing, chanting Hare Krishna, and embracing in the company of the golden Lord Gaura. When he awoke, the king became deeply dismayed and cried for Gaura. Then he heard a divine voice, O king, when the Lord appears, you will be one of his associates. O virtuous king, you will be named Buddhimanta Khan, and you will serve the holy feet of Gauranga. Hearing this divine voice, the king became steady and then worshiped Gauranga. When Nityananda finished speaking, Srivas became immersed in the mood of Narada and fainted. Sri Jiva rolled on the ground, immersed in intense divine love and intoxicating nectar of Gaura's name. Okay. So from here we continue on from Suvarna Bihar. First I will show something of the glories of Suvarna Bihar. Now the devotees are walking towards Nrsimhapali, towards Devapali. This year all the Acharya Maharaj and so many of the devotees are staying at Nrsimhapali, Devapali. This is a stopping place. What was this?
Where Mahaprabhu stopped to rest under that tree
Okay.
while traveling through.
Now this is the Kund near Nrsimhapali. And it is said that after, what is it? There's this, the Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he could see like the flash of, Nrsimhadev after he killed Hiranyakashipu. He came to this Kund and here he washed his hands, washed the blood from his hands after he killed Hiranyakashipu. This is Nrsimhapali. This is a very, very old deity here, Nrsimhadev. This is the new temple. This is from last year, so it's still in this stage. But now it's the devotees are staying there, so it's like been almost completed. And this is us in the temple of Nrsimhapali. So I'll read something about Nrsimhapali from, or Devapali from the Navadip Dham Mahatmya. So when Nityananda finished speaking, Srivas became immersed in the mood of Nard and fainted. Sri Jiva rolled on the ground, immersed in intense divine love and the intoxicating nectar of Gaura's name. O Gauranga Rai, Gauramani, when will I see your golden form here? As Jiva spoke, everyone suddenly saw Sri Gaura's kirtan with their own eyes. Oh, the form of Gauranga, which surpasses nectar, began to dance there, and Nityananda Rai chanted the glories of Gauranga with Advaita and all the devotees. Mridangas and cymbals resonated, kartals. The Sankirtan resounded, and the previous pastimes of the Lord manifested. I do not have the power to describe the joy that arose and remained there until midday. Eventually, the party continued on, loudly singing songs about Gauranga. They rested in the village of Devapali as guest of the village deity, and then ate at midday. In the evening, they toured the village, and then Nityananda Prabhu said, "This is Devapali, the temple of Sri Nrsimhadev, was established in Satya Yuga." After blessing Prahlad and killing Hiranyakashipu, the Lord rested here. Brahma and the other gods made their own homes here and established a village. They resided on these hills beside the bank of the Mandakini and worshipped Nrsinga. The scriptures state that this abode in Navadip, known as Sri Nrsinga Ketra, is very purifying. Surya's hill and Brahma's hill were to the east of Nrsinga. Now the place has since changed. See Ganesh Hill and Indra's hill behind. This place was filled with many hills like these. The renowned Vishvakarma constructed hundreds of stone homes for the gods. In time they decayed and the Mandakini dried up. Only the hills remain. See here the countless broken stones. They are the ruins of the homes of the gods. Again in the future, a devotee king will receive a drop of mercy from Nrsinga. He will build a grand temple, establish Nrsinga there, and resume his worship. This place is within the 32 miles of Navadip and is one of the boundaries of the route to circumambulate Navadip. The humble Bhakti Vinod, whose wealth is the feet of Nitai and Janava, chants the unending glories of Navadip and thus leaves behind the net of Maya. So this is Nrsinga or Devapali. And here we usually chant the Das Avatar. And the devotees go inside the temple there and they receive the darshan of Nrsingadev. The pujari allows them to approach there. There's Nitai Charan and Shankar, Makanchor from Russia, Ashram Maharaj, of course, and also Tyagi Maharaj. Some old guy there, I don't know. There's Giri Maharaj. And where is Siddhanti Maharaj behind? Dal, khichdi, so many things are served here. A truck full of rice. See, there they serve on, before they were always serving on leaf plates. Plates that are leaves made into a leaf plate and everyone takes there and then those plates are thrown away. Ananda Vigraha and Keshavananda. And then the devotees are heading back to the mott. So this concludes our Parikrama, third day of Parikrama. Okay. Right. So tomorrow is our last day of Parikrama, and we'll go to on the fourth day we'll go to Samudragar, and they're here about pastimes of the king. Samudra Sen. Then we'll go to temple of Dvijavaninath, Gaur Gadadhar. And then we'll go through, go all the places of Vrindavan are present. So there's, on the way to, we pass Radhakund, and near there the devotees take prasadam, and then we proceed to the place of the where the four Vedas came. Then there's it's called the place of knowledge. It's Vidyanagar, where all the four Vedas came and took shelter. And then behind that, there's a temple of Vidyavachaspati, but the temple is Sri Vasudeva Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and that's his appearance place in Navadip Dham. And then we proceed to one of the islands, which is Janudvip, and then we cross over and go into Sri Modrumadvip, which is the temple of Sharanga Murari, Sharanga Thakur's temple. And that's a very beautiful story, and there's many devotees of the acharyas are there. And then from there, we go to our last stop, which will be Mamgachi, the appearance place of Vrindavan Das Thakur. And then there's a place near there where we go for a picnic that day. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock we'll be here for that fourth day of Parikrama. And then the following day, of course, tomorrow is also the Abhibas of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Friday will be Sri Gaur Purnima, and that will be a hearing about the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and glorifying him, and then there'll be a feast for him in the evening time. That will be an Ekadasi feast. And then on Saturday there'll be the feast of Sri Jagannath Mishra, held at midday. We'll have that feast. Then Sunday we'll have our usual Sunday feast here. And then in the evening I'll go to the temple there in San Jose for that program Sunday evening. And like this will be our schedule for tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is what I wanted to have happening here, is because I wanted to have the idea that these all were days of leading up to Gaur Purnima, because it shouldn't just be half in the evening of Friday. It should go on for days, like the 4 days of Parikrama, and then hearing the glories of Mahaprabhu during the day of Gaur Purnima and awaiting his divine appearance, and then chanting the verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrita about the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Govinda Maharaj would go into the temple and we would all join, and everyone's dancing ecstatically at the appearance time of Mahaprabhu. And like this, so we'll have, when we're in Navadip, that festival actually goes practically goes from the time of the appearance of Nityananda Prabhu from Nityananda Trayodasi, and then then there's the appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and then the installation day of then there's Shivratri, and here we celebrate also Shivratri, as that's the disappearance day of Yudamanyu Seva Vikram, and then the following day they celebrate the installation of the Sadashiva Gangadhar Mandir there in Navadip Dham. Shiva is the protector of the Dham, and like that. Then so many festivals happen, and then comes Gaur Purnima, and then after that is called Pancham Do, which is 5 days after that. There's a festival in Hapania, and then some years and the devotees will stay a little longer. Then they celebrate Dasam Do, which is they would go to the appearance place of Srila Govinda Maharaj, that Bamanpar, the temple there in Bamanpar. One year I was with Srila Govinda Maharaj, and they took us to the high school, and it was a Saturday near where Govinda Maharaj lived in Bamanpar, and he was honored as a celebrity, even though it was Saturday. All the students came there. There were thousands of students, and they had a marching band, and I was amazed because Govinda Maharaj described. He said, "Now the place is more poor than when I was here, but still there were thousands and thousands of students. They all came to honor Srila Govinda Maharaj." And I was thinking how you would get students to come on a Saturday in the United States, and they were in school uniforms and everything. So it was very impressive like that. I went there with Govinda Maharaj, and then we would stop at the place where he met the devotees, which is Nadingat. So all these times we're going on festivals, and the festivals last maybe a month in Navadip Dham. Everyone goes there. So Gaur Purnima is the big time of the year, and then of course there's the time of the appearance of Srila Govinda Maharaj that comes in December. Now I believe it's in September is the appearance of Acharya Maharaj. The devotees are there. So anyway, this is our conclusion, third day of Sri Navadip Dham Parikrama, and we'll sing Hari Hara, Hari Haraya. What? You want to what?
Leave it on.
Okay. So you got this. I got this screen and everything, so that they
It's just amazing. We're all so grateful for you for doing this. Not just showing this and showing pictures, but to be able to see it through your eyes is a blessing for all of us. It's just a complete blessing for all of us.
Jai Jagannatha Maharaj ki jai.
This year I missed getting on the Parikrama, but I don't know. I was, for the last 31 years, I only missed 2 Parikramas.
The donut and the cushion.
This year and 2 years ago, yes, because I was not well. I was with the devotees on like 30 Parikramas.
We were very lucky that you were here this year.
Yeah, we're sad you missed it, but we're grateful that you're here for us.
Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yaravaya Namah Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yaravaya Namah Yaravaya Naravaya Keshavaya Namah Yaravaya Naravaya Parikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju ki Jai. Jai Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ju ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajatacharya Astatara Sata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakshila Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Kamsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham ki Jai. Shri Mayapur ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Shri Koladvip ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki Jai. Sokel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevasham ki Jai. Ganga Devi ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kunda Radhakunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Madam ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nrsingadev ki Jai. Bhakta Pravada Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Jinavadip Dham Parikrama ki Jai.
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardana Maharaj ki Jai.